Ooh, child. Someone's trying to take Ava Duvernay and Netflix to the cleaners.
All you hear is gossip. Man, all I hear is gossip. Yeah, man, call it gossip.
So I will try to include as little spoilers as possible, which, I mean, won't be hard because I have not seen the Central Park 5 yet. Just because I personally do not feel ready. I think that it will hit me way hard than I want it to. I mean, I already know the story. I already know what happened. But Ava DuVernay has such a talent to bring things to life that I can see myself just bawling. A lot of my friends have told me they've ended up crying, and I just don't want to lose faith in reality, in humanity, just yet. So I haven't seen it, and if you're out there like me, I'm just gonna quick tell you the Central Park 5. It tells the story. It's a mini docuseries that is explosive, and it tells the story of a group of young black men who were falsely charged with the rape and assault of a jogger in 1989. The key word is falsely charged. Like, they did not commit the crime. The real criminal has confessed. They have been completely exonerated. Now, it has been reported that in the 4th episode of the docuseries, in the district attorney's office, an employee confronts a detective in the case saying, "You squeeze statements out of them after 42 hours of questioning and coercing without food, bathroom breaks, withholding parental supervision. The Reed technique has been universally rejected." The detective responds, "I don't even know what the Reed technique is, okay? I know what I was taught, I know what I was asked to do, and I did it." Now, the company behind the Reed technique, so Reed and Associates, claims that this has caused harm to the company's reputation, and the firm is seeking actual and punitive damages. So they want Netflix to stop distributing the show in the way that it is right now, and they actually asked Netflix to not release it from the jump. Like, they wanted it changed, and Netflix was like, we're going to release it as is. So basically, in the complaint, which is 41 pages long, I will attach it in the comments below, which is like, anyway, it objects to the notion that, first of all, that the Reed technique has been universally rejected, and they don't like the reference to the Reed technique in the Central Park jogger case. They say that what's been described in the show is not the Reed technique, and that the docuseries falsely represents the squeezing and coercing statements from juvenile subjects after long hours of questioning without all of this, without food, without bathroom breaks or parental supervision, as synonymous with the Reed technique. So what they're saying is that this is not the case. So they're demanding a retraction, which they did all the way back in July, like I said. So since Netflix refused, they're suing for defamation now. And they even won some of the winnings, the series profits and other damages. Now, it's possible that the technique in the case was used. Was it John Reed's? Who knows? But the case is not handled appropriately, and that is obvious by the fact that these confessions were not actually facts. Now, it's also possible that the company has switched up their techniques throughout the years. So even if it's not currently what they do, it may have been what they did at that time. So we'll just have to see how this case unfolds. And I found this comment about how John Reed became famous, and it was quite interesting. Take a look. How did Reed become famous? In 1955, in Lincoln, Nebraska, Reed helped gain a confession from a suspect, Darrell Parker, in his wife's murder. This case established Reed's reputation and popularized his technique. Parker recanted his confession the next day, but it was admitted to evidence at his trial. He was convicted by a jury and sentenced to life in prison. He was later determined to be innocent, after another man confessed and was found to have been the perpetrator. Parker sued the state for wrongful conviction. It paid him $500,000 in compensation. LOL, his technique spread not because it was shown to deliver the just outcome, but because it delivered convictions regardless of the just outcome. F this guy and his technique. Now, yeah, if this story is true, I didn't take the time to research it, but if it's true, then it doesn't seem like the company has much of a case, to be honest. And I would be surprised if Ava DuVernay and Netflix didn't do due diligence in the research and ensure that what they were what they were putting out there was as accurate as possible. And yeah, it's a dramatization, so it's not going to be exact, but more or less, I'm pretty sure that if they put something like this out there, was probably because that may have been what happened according to the events in the case. So, to be honest, if you can tell, I'm slightly just a little bit biased towards Queen Ava because this woman is just amazing. She is talented. I feel like she's trying to give a voice to people that don't normally have a voice. It's just, yeah, Team Ava all the way, Team Netflix. I am a big fan of Netflix. Who isn't? And I also feel like Netflix is trying to do something different that other networks aren't doing. Like, I think that they're trying to cater and have a diversity of shows that you just don't see out there. Anyway, I'm digressing. What do you guys think about this whole lawsuit? Do you know anything about the read technique? Are you siding with the company? Do you think that they shouldn't have used the company's name? Or are you Team Ava all the way? And yeah, what do you think about this whole lawsuit? Also, if you've seen the Central Park 5 docuseries, how did it impact you? I'm curious to know your thoughts on it. I'd love to get different opinions on it and just get as prepared as possible before I watch it, because I will watch it eventually. Eventually. I feel like I must watch it. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments below your experience with watching that series. And also, are you Team Reed or Team Ava and Netflix? Let me know. Catch you in the comments below. Bye.
Man, call it gossip.